What's up, everybody? This is Scott from LetsGoMetal.com. It's time for another edition of What's Spinning. This is the second time I've done What's Spinning from my car. It's been a while since I've done the last one, so yeah, there's quite a few CDs that I've been listening to in my car. Been kind of keeping track, and actually I have a bunch of CDs in my car, so I just thought I'd show you what I've been listening to, what's in my car. First off, what's spinning in the background, Angel, and this is their second album, hell of a band, and American pop metal, pop rock. Slightly progressive, led by, of course, keyboard player Greg Giuffria, guitarist Punky Meadows, and awesome vocals of Frank Domino, and of course drums Barry Brandt, Felix Robinson on bass. Just a great classic 70s record, slightly progressive, not very heavy, just very pomp. American pomp, very poppy choruses, but heavy guitars mixed with a lot of progressive keyboards. So yeah, moving on. First album from Belgium metal band Acid, who have a sound that is very, very much a, I say new wave of British heavy metal. But again, they are from Belgium, and they a little bit of a you know, a corny sound to them, but you know, when you got lyrics like acid is the name, heavy metal is the game, you know, what do you expect? I enjoy it. Probably most well-known songs on here, Hell on Wheels, and probably Hooked on Metal. So just straightforward heavy metal. Female vocals, I showed them in a past video for favorite metal bands with female vocalists, so not much explaining to have to do with them. New wave of traditional heavy metal band Tokyo Blade. This is their first album, along with the Midnight Rendezvous EP. This sounds a little confusing because it was released in the UK as, you know, just Tokyo Blade. Then it was released in the UK as Metal Rendezvous, with different track listing. The original, you know, self-titled album that they released in England had, I believe it was 10 tracks on it. And then they released the 10-track album in America, but it was five or six songs from the original album, then 4 or 5 songs from the EP, the Midnight Rendezvous EP. This CD version of it, on High Voltage, it has all the songs on it from both versions of the very first and early Tokyo Blade stuff. Just straightforward, you know, new wave of British heavy metal from the early 80s. One of my favorite all-time albums, Aerosmith rocks. Anybody who says that heavy metal didn't exist in the 70s has never listened to this album, because this album is phenomenal. It is super heavy. Rats in the Cellar, Last Child, and then of course Sick as a Dog, and then probably the heaviest song, one of the heaviest songs that come out of 1976 or 75 when this came out. I think it was 75. Not Last Child, Nobody's Fault. Just a fantastic heavy song. I believe Testament covered that song. And what else we got over here? Canadian hard rockers Gatto. This is a collection of songs, 12 gauge. Just a good way to familiarize yourself with this Canadian hard rock band. I'm fairly new to this band myself, so I've been listening to this quite a bit and enjoying it. Classic heavy metal band Deadly Blessing on New Renaissance Records. This album is fairly hard to find on either CD or vinyl. But this is a limited numbered edition. I think this was number 681. And this features Ski on vocals, and of course Ski was also in another band after this one whose name is slipping my mind, Faith Factor. He's in a band called Faith Factor after this, but this album called Send from the Cauldron is just a fantastic classic heavy metal album, kind of Judas Priestish, and maybe a little bit of early Queensryche, a little bit Iron Maiden, just great early, you know, heavy metal. Canadian new wave of traditional heavy metal band Striker. This is an EP, 6-song EP. Fairly new to this band as well, but I've really been enjoying this album. A lot of speedy licks, speedy solos, fast double bass, just classic heavy metal, not thrash, just classic heavy metal. Moving on. Trooper the Show. Really been getting into this Canadian hard rock band for quite a while now. Trooper the Show is among my favorite. I believe this is their second album. Just a great record. I've shown this before on vinyl, talked about it before, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. And then we got another Canadian band, Slick Toxic. kind of Canada's answer to Skid Row. Just sleazy, hard rock. Matter of fact, I'm going to kind of, these guys aren't very well known. They should be. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this CD in the slot for a quick. We'll do a needle drop in the car. So, yeah, this is Slick Toxic. I really like this band a lot. I'm not looking to get any more. This is the only thing I own by them at the moment. Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Like I said, kind of Canada's answer to Skid Row. Maybe even a little bit heavier. Let's see what's next over here. One sent to me by a good friend of mine from Canada. This came from Blackmore Rules. This is Iron Maiden, Maiden England '88. Just a full live concert from '88. Great sound. Obviously has some of their classic material since it's early on, from their first 5 albums was it at that point. Cool artwork, of course. Double album set. Union Jack. Just Maiden. It's a great album. Anything Maiden. I swear Maiden has probably released more live albums than even anybody else, even Kiss. There's so many live Iron Maiden albums, just ridiculous. Groove metal band, King's X, one of the underrated bands of the 90s, I believe. Dogman, absolutely love this album. This is one that I'm hoping to get on vinyl. When I'm hearing it's coming out soon, I'm hoping to get a copy of it. I have a couple copies of this on CD with 2 different color covers. I think I have a yellow one, this blue one. Just a great record, and I love the title track of this song. But there's all kinds of the cover of Manic Depression is awesome on here. Always thought Cigarettes was kind of fun. Complain, it's a great song as well. Kind of out of the ordinary for me, but Kraftwerk, Computer World, German, I don't know, computer music, techno, pop, I don't know what you call this stuff. Just one of those albums that I've had and loved since I was a kid, and still love it to this day. It's funny, I was playing this when my son was around. My son is in his early 20s, and he said it sounds like music made on a Casio keyboard or calculator. But whatever, I enjoy it. Alright, and then we got California glam metal band Shout, which I recently showed on vinyl. Because I scored a copy of the vinyl, I grabbed the CD, started playing in my car. Of course, this is Ken Tamplin's band. I played a clip of it in one of my last videos if you want to hear it. The song In Your Face has some phenomenal guitar work by guys like Marty Friedman and oh man, I can't remember. There were so many guitar players that were on this album. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Alex Massey, Lanny Cordola, Michelangelo. So yeah, and then of course Chuck Knight, who was actually the guitar player, the other guitar player in Shout, is no slacker. That's the word I'm looking for. No slacker himself. And then Ken Temple's no slacker either. Great guitar player, phenomenal vocalist. And then this last one, I think I'm gonna pop this one in too real quick. This last one is that I'm gonna show is Chastain, Surrender to No One. And this is just again classic heavy metal. But this is a, I believe, 2014 release. Great album. I love the return of Leather Leone on vocals. This one I've been spinning a lot. This is seeing repeated spins in my car. Dropped it. That's pretty much it. Love Leather's vocals, just so raw and almost want to say raunchy. She doesn't have that sweet poppy voice, just a metal voice. Great stuff. So hopefully I won't take a copyright hit for playing this, but good stuff. Anyhow, that's it for this edition of What's Spinning, coming from my car. God bless. Stay strong.